Hi, Kingdom. Come on in. Welcome in. How's everybody doing today? Welcome in. Welcome in. Good day to you guys. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome in. How are you today? Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. How was your week last week? How was your weekend? How was your holiday? Yesterday we had a nice holiday. Always good when we have holidays. How are you guys? Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Come on in, guys. Come on in. Today we're talking about narcissists or master of confusion and definitely double-minded. Yeah. Hey, John. How you doing today? Welcome in. How are you today? Welcome in. How you doing? How are you? How is everything? How are you doing? How are you? How are you today? I'm doing okay. I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing okay. I had a little issue with my car yesterday, but I got it taken care of. And just had a lot of little nitpick things to do around getting some things situated. But other than that, I'm good. I'm good. Today is a good day. I got some cleaning done. I cleaned the bathroom up. Um, so I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing okay. And I'm glad that you're doing okay. Welcome in, welcome in. I missed you guys. I missed you guys. We had a little bit of I don't even know if it was a hurricane. They were calling it a hurricane, but I think further up, Florida got hit pretty bad. So, but where we are, thank goodness, it didn't. It affected us, but it really didn't affect us. The schools were closed. Certain places were closed down, but other than that, we really didn't get anything other than lots and lots and lots of rain. So I'm very grateful that because we know with hurricanes it can definitely definitely be not good, but thank goodness everything worked out good. So I'm so glad that we did, because last year we were out of power, water for like a while. Um, Lots of jobs had closed down. So I'm so glad that that didn't happen this year. So I'm so grateful. Hey, Lawrence, how are you today? Welcome in. Lawrence says, terrific Tuesday, and smash that like button, y'all. Smash the like button. Yes, Lawrence, how are you? How are you? How are you? How are you? Welcome in. Welcome in. And then John is saying hi to Lawrence. I love it. I love it. Kingdom, come on in, come on in, come on in. We're talking today about the double-minded and master of confusion narcissist. Yeah, I think we have all in some way have all seen and witnessed that part of them. Yeah, so we'll talk about that today. But Kingdom, come on in, come on in, come on in. Like Lawrence always says, as you come in, smash that like button. Just let YouTube know that you appreciate this channel. You appreciate these lives that we do. You appreciate these conversations. So, hey, Tarshal, how are you? Welcome in. You made it in. Yay. Tarshal says, hey, got court in the morning. Pray for me. Absolutely. 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 We pray that everything work in your favor. We pray that all goes well and that you have and get the closure that you need. In Jesus' name. Yeah, and allow the judges and the attorneys to make the right decisions, especially in the best interest of the children. So yes, 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 absolutely. Everything is already done. Tarshal, it's already done. You have to claim it now. You have to play it in your head how you want it to go. but it's already done. It's done. It is done. Yeah, everything's going to be okay. Everything is going to be okay. And then Lawrence says, John, what's up, bro? I told you that we would get stronger. Yes, yes. Yeah, and then John says, Lawrence, still battling. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we gotta get, guys, we gotta get John to see his worth. We gotta get John to know that he just know it in his being that he deserves better, and get him to see that he holds the power. And once he understands that, and that he can let go, and hold his head up high and be proud, that once that happens, that he knows that everything else will fall into place. And then things will start stacking for the better and for the good. Is every day going to be easy? Absolutely not. But once we let go of these demons, once we realize, why am I on this? Why am I doing this? And once we pull back, it does get easier for us. It does. It is an uphill battle for sure. It absolutely is an uphill battle, but it's a battle worth having and worth fighting for, because we know that with that comes peace, with that comes serenity, with that comes this overwhelming knowledge that, yeah, I deserve better. I deserve better. I don't deserve what they've been giving me. I don't deserve to be lied to. I don't deserve to be cheated on. I don't deserve to be manipulated and controlled. And I don't deserve for someone to keep putting me down and blaming me for everything that they have done wrong. So yeah, we're working on John to get him there for sure. And then Tarshal says, yes, ma'am, it's already done. It's already done. The stamp of approval, the stamp is there. It's already done. In Jesus' name, it's already done. And then Tarshal says, John, know that you have so much value, that's why they try to destroy you. Exactly. Because they want to dim your light. They want to dim, they want to make sure that you don't get to your destiny. They want to make sure that you don't succeed. They want to make sure that you are not happy. So they're going to do everything in their power. Today's topic, they're going to do everything in their power to make sure that they are the masters of confusion. They're going to make sure that they're always setting traps or trying to set traps to upset, to control, to manipulate, to gaslight, to make it look like we're the crazy ones. Always having things, just arguing for no reason, for the smallest little thing. Never satisfied, never happy. That's what they're content with being. That's who they are contented being. Because they're masters of confusion, because they know that they have a lot to hide. So if they keep you bothered, if they keep you running around chasing your tail, they keep you fooled on the other side of town, meanwhile, they're doing whatever it is they want to do, but they got you over there trying to fix things, upset, frustrated, crying, screaming, yelling, frustrated, drained. You looking crazy. That's the setup. That's the setup. So that while you're doing that, they're keeping you busy. They're off cheating. They're off playing games with someone else. It's the devil's work. The devil's work. Master manipulators, master of confusion. Everybody that has had an experience with a narcissist can think back to more than one occasion where things were just completely in shambles. And if you think back, they strategically put all of those moves in place purposely. While you're going through it, you don't see that. You don't know that. Or maybe you go, what is this person arguing about? Why is this person always arguing and fussing about something, never happy? They're always creating arguments, discord, confusion. They're always in the center of something negative, always. But while they're doing that, they're blaming everybody else. So they just tore all the walls down, stripped them, and then they're looking at everybody else saying, what did you do? But they're the ones that tore the walls down. They're the ones that caused the issue. They're the ones that started the problem or initiated the issue. Never ends. Never ends. Okay. John says, thank you, Tarsha. I just keep going back. Yeah. Yeah. And everybody has that threshold. Everybody gets there where something transpires, something that they do, that it, whatever that it is, where you decide, I had enough and I am done. And once you have a made up mind that you no longer want to be in the confusion, you no longer want to deal with the double-minded person, because nothing makes them happy, nothing satisfies them, nothing is ever done right in their book. One minute they want you. The next minute, they don't want anything to do with you. And the minute they see someone else giving you any bit of attention, guess what? They want you back now. All to do the same cycle, that wash, rinse, and repeat cycle to you if you allow them, again and again and again. That's why, and I think we talked about it the week in front, that's why narcissists do not give closure. You will never get closure. The closure has to come from you. You have to have the made up mind. You have to be in a position and in a mindset, I am done. I had enough. I'm not doing this with you anymore. I'm not playing this game with them anymore. I'm not riding this roller coaster ride with them anymore. We have to be the one to make the decision, because if we are waiting for them to decide, they're always going to play that in and out, in and out, in and out, back and forth for as long as we let them. So that's where we have to say, we know our worth. We know what we deserve, and we know what we don't deserve. So we are not waiting for them to make decisions, because they can't make a decisive decision. They're confused about everything. They don't know what they want. So it's got to be us to have that made up mind. So once you get to that point where you have had enough, there's no going back. She can talk till she's blue. So we just pray that you get there, because the more we allow them to stay, the longer and the more they drain us. So we don't want that. We don't want that. It doesn't end well. So yeah. Let's see. And then John says, good luck to you tomorrow, Tarshal. Yes. It's already done. In Jesus' name, it's already done. It's already done. Yes. Favor. Yes. Hey, Annie, how are you today? Annie says, hello, Miss Treasure. Hope you're doing well. Hi to all. Yes, Annie, how are you? Welcome in. How you doing today? How are you? Welcome in. And then Annie says, yep, good topic, LOL. Yes, indeed. And then Annie says, it get you drained. Yes. And guess what? That's exactly what they want. That's exactly what they want. They want you to be right where they are. Angry, frustrated, confused, lost. They want you right where they are. No, don't know what a made up mind is. Can't make a decision about anything other than ruining your life. They know how to do that. They know how to decide that, because their life is ruined. So if they can take somebody down with them, yeah, they will. They absolutely will. And the more people they take down, the better they feel about themselves. You better believe it. Every time the narcissist takes someone else down, they get another notch in their belt, and they feel proud. So when they leave you, temporarily, when they leave you and you're distraught and you don't know if you're coming or you're going, you feel like you're losing your mind, they did their job. Checkmate. Checkmate. That's the narcissist feels. They got checkmate. Or they checkmate you. Meanwhile, their life is in shambles. Meanwhile, they can't make a decision about anything. Meanwhile, they're the masters of confusion. You ever had a narcissist get you involved with something, and then when you get there, you look and you look around and you say, how the hell did I get here? How did I get involved in this? How did I get suckered into this? How did I get here? And then you're looking around trying to figure out, how do I get out? And they're nowhere to be found. Masters of confusion. They want you to fight their battles. They want to light that match. They want to light it, and then they're going to toss it. The narcissist is going to light it. The narcissist is going to toss the match. And when things start going up in flames, when the building starts burning, they push you out there, literally, and tell you it's your mess to clean up. It's you, you're the one that has to stop that fire from burning. Stop that building from going down in flames. Masters of confusion and double-minded. That's what a narcissist is. And then Annie says, Annie says, and keep you in the state so that you don't ask questions. Annie, mwah, mwah, mwah. And if you ask a question, honey, if you ask a question, they're going to flip that right back to you. Because how dare you question them? How dare you defy them? How dare you go against them? How dare you be smart enough to ask a question? Don't do that. Because they're like, who do you think you are? You think you're smarter than me? You think you can outwit me? You think you can win over me? You think you can play this game better than me? Because everything with a narcissist is a game. They're making their chess moves. They're moving the king, the queen, and everybody else. That's all it is. They don't play checkers, baby. They play chess. It's complicated because the narcissist makes it complicated because they are the masters of confusion. Who else is the master of confusion and who else is double-minded? Who else? Who else, guys? Who else? And then Annie says, hi, John. Hi, John and Tarshil. And then Annie says, Tarshil, sorry for the mistype. And then Annie says, right, somebody have to be an adult and say enough, right? Annie, I love you. Because they're children. They don't know what they want. They're in adult bodies, but their minds are of children. So you said it right, Annie. Somebody got to be the adult. Because they sure not. They're sure not. And they're never going to say, I'm done. And if they say they're done, they don't mean it. Because when they go playing over there and it don't work out the way they thought it was going to work out, or they don't really even think things through. All they know is they're just jumping. They're going to jump back. You talk to anybody that dealt with a narcissist, they will tell you that they repeat the same victims over and over and over. So you may have somebody who has a baby daddy and maybe 3 baby daddies. Let's just make this up. This person has 3 baby daddies, and this person is a narcissist. And she is going to jump from each baby daddy, from that one to that one to that one to that one, and you'll see the cycle. And she's just running through the 3 of them back and forth. And as long as they allow her to jump back and forth through each one, she's going to keep playing that game. That's how they work. When she leaves number 2, she's telling number 1, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done with him. I'm done with him. I'm not playing his game anymore. Running right back to 1 or 3. And then she's doing the same thing over and over and over. And that game is going to continue for as long as those 3 gentlemen allows it. Until 1 or 2 or 3 of them say, game over. I am done. Play with yourself. Yeah, they're going to keep going. They're going to keep going. And then John is saying, hey, Annie. And then, hey, Edith, how are you today? Welcome in. Edith says, hello, everyone. How you doing today? How are you? How are you? And then Tarshil says, thank you, John and everyone. Absolutely. Tarshil, it's already done. It's already done. It's already done. Yeah. And then Annie says, it's super hot today. They closed some schools in Hi Edith. Oh, really? Oh, wow. Yeah. We're getting the heat here too. But for us, it's normal. I know in Canada, you guys don't get long summers. But if you guys are hot, then wow, there's definitely something going on. Well, I know the kids enjoy the day off. And just try to stay cool. Try to stay cool. Keep the ice going in the freezer, and just make lots of lemonade and lots of cool drinks with lots of ice. I'm sorry you guys are getting it hot. And then John says, some days I think I had enough and then fall back into it. Yep, and then it just keeps going. Yeah. Because she still has the power right now. That's why. That's why you haven't fully gotten your power back. Because whatever she says or does, she knows what to say. She knows exactly what to do to get you sucked right back in. And in the meantime, she's playing with whoever else she wants to play with. And in the meantime, you're spending your time and your wheels are going with her, and you may be missing your destiny or your kingdom spouse or your soulmate that's right in your face or right down the street or on the other cubicle, whatever, wherever that is, in the supermarket, because you're so busy, and that's exactly what they want. Masters of confusion. If they keep you confused, they keep you in a loop, they're living their best life. According to them, in their world, they're living their best life. And what we're doing, we're wasting our time worrying about them. Wasting our time running around with them. Wasting our time playing games with them. wasting our time allowing them to completely confuse us, control us, manipulate us, gaslight us, and then trick us, love bomb us all over again. And it's the same thing over and over and over again. What is your worth? What is your worth? What value do you put on yourself? That is the question. That is the question. Do I put a low value? Do I put a $20 value on myself? Do I put $100,000 value on myself? Do I put $1 million value on myself? Do I put $100 million dollar value on myself? What value are you putting on yourself? Because the higher we put ourselves, the value, the less we will tolerate. It's just that simple. Simple in saying it. Simple in doing it? No, not always. But once you have a made-up mind that you're not dealing with these clowns anymore, and these narcissists can have their circus, and they can master manipulate themselves, they can master control themselves or someone else. C'est la vie. But we're going to get there. We're going to get there, John. No worries. We're going to get there. And hey, Vanessa, how are you today? Welcome in. How are you today, love? And then Annie says, hey, Miss Vanessa. And then Vanessa's saying, hey, Annie. And then Tarshil says, I guess the ex doesn't work. He's trying to juggle so many situations. Oh, yeah. Masters of confusion. That's what they do. Doing the devil's work. Masters of confusion and double-minded. That's what they're about. Yeah. Yep. Well, he's going to have to find a job. He got to take care of those babies. So he's going to have to figure it out. But don't worry, the judge will let him know. The judge will let him know. Trust me. And then Annie says, John, when it's enough, you won't go back for sure. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Yep. When you put that $100 million value on yourself. Yeah. Yep. And know your worth. Yeah. Yep. You won't look back. The sound and the sight of her will completely disgust you. And every time you think about her, you're going to want to throw up. Oh, yeah. Annie is correct. When you had enough, you won't want to go back for sure. You will have no desire. You can pray on that. You can tell God, God, give me the desire to not want to allow her to come back or to not go back, and to cut that soul tie. Cut it, remove it, sever it. Whatever that hold is, that emotional hold, that's there, tell God you want it to be cut. So the decision is, do we want to wait and linger and wait for them to make up their mind, which we know they're masters of confusion, so they never make up their mind. They're double-minded. So are we going to waste time playing with them, or are we going to put that $100 million value on ourselves, know our worth, know what we deserve, that John and everybody else deserves someone who is going to love them, who is going to respect them, respect you, honor you, work with you, uplift you when you're down, and vice versa. Yeah. Yeah. But we can't get there. You can't get there. I can't get there. None of us can get there if we worrying about the clown, the fool in the circus. There's no way we can get there. But that's exactly where they want us. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Alicia, how are you today? Welcome in. Alicia says, can you do injection? What do you mean, honey? I don't know what you mean by that. Explain. I'm so sorry. And then Lawrence says 100 accurate, 100% accurate. I've been there. There you go. I think we all have, sadly. And as disgusting it is to admit, I think we've all been there. Yeah. Yep. And I'm so sorry, Lawrence. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. And then Annie says, sometimes I thought I was crazy because we were arguing for nonsense. Masters of confusion. Yep. Arguing for nonsense, like we both speak the same language at same, it was a monologue. Yeah. Yep. Because you can't argue with a fool. Excuse me. You can't argue with a fool. You can't argue with a clown. Remember, when you have an argument or disagreement with a narcissist, the argument from you is trying to show them your point of view. The argument on their side is to keep you entangled, to keep you frustrated, to keep you confused, to keep you angry. They're just fueling that. Remember that fire we just talked about, that burning building? As you're arguing with a narcissist, they're adding more fuel to that burning house to make it go up in flames even more, to make you more angry, to make you more frustrated, to entangle you more in the confusion. That's what an argument is with a narcissist. Never, ever, ever gonna come out of an argument or a disagreement with a narcissist and say, that was productive. I understand your side. We can agree to disagree, or we can, okay, this is how things will go. I'll never do that again. They're gonna change it. That's not how an argument or disagreement goes with a narcissist. They're becoming more the victim. They're more gaslighting you as things go. And when you're done with that disagreement and that argument, you are more frustrated and more drained than when you first started. And you feel like you're losing your ever-loving mind. W.T. Fudge. What? It's all done on purpose. Yeah. Yep. And then Annie is saying, hey, Lawrence. And Alicia says, I have 7 injections to do. I'm not sure what you mean, honey. If you can explain what you're referring to. And then Edith says, I went home to visit, come back home to deal with the rinse and repeat. Yep, I am also leaving siblings behind. Confusion, confusion. Yeah. Yeah, I'm telling you, the devil's work. They are masters of confusion. And what masters of confusion means is it's being done on purpose. There is no coincidence. It's to put you in the confused state. It's to make you more angry. It's to frustrate you more. That's what it's about. Yeah. And then Alicia says, please help me. I don't know what you're talking about, honey. I've asked twice for you to explain to me or to us, what do you mean by injections? I do not know what you're referring to, Alicia. I'm so sorry. But if you can explain what you mean by that, I don't know. I don't know. If someone else knows what Alicia is referring to by 7 injections, to me, injections are when you go to the hospital and they give you medication. I'm not a nurse, and I'm sorry. If you need assistance, you can dial 911 or go to the emergency room, but I don't know what that means by 7 injections, honey. I don't know what you're referring to. I'm so sorry. Edith says, who wants to play the game? I'm out. Yeah. When you have a made up mind. When you have a made up mind that you had enough. You deserve better. You deserve to be in a healthy environment, a peaceful environment, a happy environment, a peaceful relationship, a respectful relationship, a loyal and trusting situation or relationship or friendship, whatever that is. Yeah. Yeah. Game over. Game is over once you have a made up mind. Because they never will. They never will have a made up mind. Because they're going to keep playing you and playing you and playing you for as long as you let them. It's never ending. It's never going to stop. The decision is ours. Yeah. And then Annie says, yep, he was a good actor also. Yep, it was scary to see, yep, their performance. Oh, yeah. Yep, and the Academy Award goes to the Narcissist. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And then Vanessa says the ex-narc would say that he had a bad back and he would always complain, yet he was building fences, digging in gardens, and carrying heavy objects. I believe he was lying about being unwell, of course. Double-minded. If it's that bad, you may have to choose another profession. Or maybe he just wanted sympathy and empathy. Because maybe when he got home, he didn't want to do anything. So he figured he'd pull the in pain card so he could lounge around and do absolutely nothing. And then if you say, hey, can you help me? He say, my back hurts. Yeah. And then Annie says, so true. Always same patterns. Also, when they beware they start a new game. Yeah. Wash, rinse, and repeat cycle over and over and over again. Yep. And then Annie says, Vanessa, yes, probably. My ex was doing that too. Yeah. And Annie says, yes, lemonade. Yes. And lots of ice. Annie, lots of ice. And then Annie says, at same, if he was really sick, he didn't want to help himself because I'm the victim. Yep. It was a good occasion to start a nonsense fight. Exactly. Exactly. And then Vanessa says, it's funny because when the narc ex would contact me, he would let me know how busy he has been living his life, but I think it was a front because all he ever did was spend time at home. Yeah. Yep. And then Annie says, yep, it's exhausting for them to be alone. Oh, they can't be alone. No fuel. Exactly. Exactly. And then, hey, is it Pez? Hi, Pez VR. How you doing? And Pez says, me. I'm sorry. What did you mean by me and question mark? Explain. And welcome into you. Welcome in. So happy to have you. And then Annie says, at one point, you get so tired and overwhelmed that you don't have the energy to leave. Yeah. Well, you're going to feel their wrath whether you stay or leave. That's a guarantee. You're going to feel their wrath whether you stay or leave. So you stay, you're going to get it. You leave or set boundaries and go no contact, you're going to get it. Yeah. Yep. Very, very frustrating. Very frustrating. And then Annie says, hi, Pez. Yes, hi, Pez. How you doing today? Welcome in, welcome in. Today's topic, we are talking about narcissists are masters of confusion, and they are double-minded. That's what we're talking about today. And then Vanessa says, I have been going on day trips with my friend. I just wanted to visit new places and experience new environments. I wanted to replace trauma with happy memories. I haven't got time for the narc. Good for you. Good for you. Very, very, very proud of you, Vanessa. Very proud of you. Yep. Creating memories, enjoying moments, happy moments, good times. You're on the right track. You're on the right track. Yeah. Yep. And then Annie says, not you in general, Pez. Annie says, Vanessa, good idea. Have fun, hon. Yep. And then Vanessa says, the narc wants me to chase after him because I decided to walk away from him, and now he has distanced himself, but that's his problem. I'm living my best life. Exactly. You got it. You're on the right track, Vanessa. You are on the right track for sure. And then Annie says, oh, you right. No coincidence. It always has a purpose. Always does. When it comes to them, There is no coincidence. Not at all. Not at all. There is a purpose. And then Tarshul said, I made the decision for him. Yep. He hated me for my decision, and I'm holding on to that decision. Tarshul, mwah, mwah, mwah. You took your power back. You put that $100 million value on yourself. And they do not like that. They can't stand it. It eats them up inside. When you take your power back, when we take our power back, they can't stand it. They can't deal with it. Yeah. But I'm so happy. Great, 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 great move. Awesome. It's us that has to make the decision. It's up to us. And once we get there, there's no going back. Once we're there, there is no going back. Not in our book. Stay over there. We don't want any parts of you. Yeah. Yeah. Once we have a made up mind. And very proud of you, Tarshul. Annie says, good job, Tarshul. Exactly. And then Edith says the narcs should get an Oscar for their gaslighting. Yep. The Oscar, the Academy Award goes to, the Emmy goes to the narcissist, for sure. Yep. Yeah. And then Annie says, at one point we needed to care for ourselves because they surely won't help. Yeah. Yeah. Well, they're helping making us sick. They help making us confused. They help blaming us for everything, complaining. Nothing's ever right. Yeah. Yep. And then Annie says, Edith, and she's laughing. Hey, Violet, how are you today? Welcome in, honey. Welcome in. How are you today? Welcome in. So happy to have you. How are you today? And then Annie is saying, hey, Violet. And then Violet says, hallelujah, hallelujah. Yes, Lord. Yes. How are you today, Violet? Welcome in, welcome in. And then Annie says, I've noticed how when I notice a narcissist, I not only have red flags, I feel disgusted physically. It's weird. That is a beautiful thing. That is a beautiful thing. It's called discernment. If you can spot them now, you are on the right track. Yeah. Yeah. God is giving you that discernment where you can spot them, see them, smell them, taste them. You're on the right track. That is amazing, amazing news. There's nothing, no better feeling than knowing that. Sometimes they don't even have to open their mouths. You're like, oh, gotta go. I'm out of here. Thank you, God. Yeah. Yep. And then Tarshul says, he tried hoovering, letting me know his grandmother died and his mother is in the hospital. Well, we're sorry about his grandmother for sure, and about his mother being in the hospital. But we gotta love them from a distance. Because a lot of times those are traps, and I'm not saying that he's lying, but there is a 50-50 that he is lying, just to get you sucked back in. And if those things are happening to him, and his mother and that happened to his grandmother and his mother, we pray that his mother gets a speedy recovery, and we're sorry for his loss. Yeah. Yeah. But that's, and it's hard for us to do this, which is why they gravitate towards us. But it's time that he has to, that's his issue that he has to deal with. That's his responsibility. We are no longer married. We're no longer a couple. That is their responsibility. That is their issue. Just like if something happens on our end, they're not going to run and help and try to save us or help us. We have to figure it out. We have to do what we have to do. They got to figure it out. If it is happening to him, he has to figure it out. We're sorry, but that's where boundaries are important. Because with these people, a lot of times it's a trick to just get you sucked right back in. The next thing you know, a year has passed by and it's the same scenario, same cycle all over again. I'm sorry for your loss. I'll pray for your mother. And continue to move forward. And that's part of the thing that's hard for us. But we got to get there. We got to get there. Because if not, these people are going to continue to suck the life out of us. Continue to trick us. Continue to be the masters of confusion to keep us in that confused state. We got to get a backbone. And we have to say enough is enough. I'm not doing that anymore. Yeah. So frustrating, so sad. Hey, Empathy, is that hey, Loyalty, how you doing today? Welcome in, welcome in. Loyalty says, left my narc last June, reset the game this February. We share 4 small children who were affected at the point of sadness and lowering school grades. Now their grades are soaring, but we're all like, yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You know, that the kids, it's hard. It's so hard when there's kids involved. It's so hard. I know what that's like about the school grades. But where are you now? You said there was a reset. Are you now still with him, or are you not with him anymore, or her? I'm gonna assume it's a him, and I'm sorry. Please tell me if I'm incorrect. And I pray that you know, that as time goes, that it does get better. Are you and the kids separated from him? Kind of explain a little bit more. But I'm glad that the kids' grades are getting better. That is a beautiful thing. That has a lot to do with the household, in the home. And if it sounds like you made a change. So tell me if you and the narcissist, are you guys still in the same household, or are you in a different household? It sounds like you're in a different household. But tell me, you let me know. And then Loyalty said, I am good, Annie, thank you. And then Loyalty said, all over again. Yeah. And then Tarshul says, to keep her out my business with my children. Yep, to close the door on any access to me through my family. Yeah. Yep. And then Vanessa says, when it's my birthday, he texts me to wish me a happy birthday after going no contact. I believe he is playing games. He absolutely is. You know that he is. I'm living my life. I'm not allowing him to destroy me. No way that's happening. Yeah. Yep. And then Tarshul says he's lying. every time their mouth is moving, they're lying. Sadly, that's what they do. And then Tarsha says, I don't pray for anyone of his family. Oh my goodness. Tarsha, you're a mess. And then Annie says, our loyalty, yes, they team up, also divide to conquer. It always works, yeah. And then Tarsha says, I developed thick skin. We have to. Sadly, we have to. Yeah, yep. And then Loyalty says, my narc taste some karma last year when his sister passed away. Suddenly now this year his mother's in stages of dementia. Oh man. And you know, they need, this is what it's they don't really deal with those kind of issues. They want other people to help them with those issues. They don't want to deal with that. You know, that's not something that they want to do. They want someone else to come in and to save them or help them. But they don't want to deal with it themselves. And that's unfortunate for his mother, unfortunate for him. But that is his issue to take care of, you know, and if he has siblings, and it's their issue, you know. It's sad. It's sad. It's really, really sad. And then Tarsha says, I told that not my problem. Yep. I told that's not my problem. And then Tarsha said, he was just belligerent towards me the week before. Now he wants sympathy. It's a hard no for me. Yeah. 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 Masters of confusion. They can't make up their mind. So when it's convenient for them, they want to be belligerent and yelling, cursing, screaming, disrespectful to their victims. And then when things are going on in their life and they need help, they need sympathy and empathy, they want us to forget about everything that they just did, and then come in and save them. Like you said, Tarsha, it's a hard no. And it's hard. It does take us some time to get there. But once we're there, and these people can no longer control us, no longer manipulate us, it angers them that we are standing up for ourselves. Then they go around and they badmouth us, and they tell everybody all kind of disgusting lies about us. But a hard no is a hard no, and we had enough. Done. Done. Not playing that game with you anymore. Not getting sucked into your lies anymore. Not riding this roller coaster with you anymore. Not allowing you to master manipulate anymore. Not allowing you to master control anymore. Not allowing you to bring confusion over here anymore. They can't handle that. They don't know how to handle that, because they have to have the ultimate control at all times. So they're the puppet masters. The narcissist is the puppet master, and we're the puppets. And we're to do and say and allow them to do whatever they want, whenever they want. And we're to listen to them and do what they want, when they say, whenever they want. It doesn't work that way. Tarsha said it's a hard no. And we got to learn those hard no's. It's hard, but it's a no. It's a no, buddy boy. It's a no, buddy girl. It's a no. N-O. And no is the same in every language. No. Nope. Nope. No. And then Annie says, facts. It's not your problem anymore. Exactly. Exactly. And the moment we allow it, or allow them to make it our problem, shame on us. Because they got us once again. So no. We're delivering some hard no's. we're setting those boundaries, and we're going no contact, and we're saying no. No, 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 no. Yeah, no. No. Mm-mm. Nope. Tarshal says, tell your kids the truth. It helps everyone move on. Yeah, I have 4 small kids, 10, 9, 7, and 5. They are happy and thriving. Yeah. Yeah. And then showing them what a happy household and a peaceful household and an organized household looks like. Yeah. Those are the keys. They're gonna realize when they're at dad's, everything's or mom's, when they're there, everything's confusion or yelling or arguing or something's going on. Nothing runs smoothly ever. There's always something going on, always some master of confusion going on, always some double-minded thing going on. And then what we do is we show them what a healthy house looks like. We show them what a happy home looks like. A home that people work together, that if we disagree, we don't have to yell and throw things or have tantrums to get our way. We can actually have conversations and work things through, let the kids work things through, and not overreact or be explosive. That's our job. We know what we went through, but once we know, okay, we're out of that, it's our job. Is it going to be perfect every day? No. Are we going to get frustrated sometimes? Absolutely. But we just work on it day by day, moment by moment. And then every time, hopefully, it gets a little easier, a little better. But that's our job for the kids. Yeah. Yep. And then, let's see, sorry. Loyalty said, we are back together. It's a guy. Yep, everything is okay for now. We all stay home together. However, I put that foot down. He now knows that I don't harbor the same enabling habits as before. Okay. All right. Well, just be careful. Be careful. Be very careful. If you're dealing with a narcissist, it never ends good. Ever. Ever. Never ends good. So just be careful. And their temporary niceness comes with a price. So be careful. Okay? Be very, very careful. And keep that in your mind. And don't let them know that you know that they're a narcissist. Yeah, but you just be very, very careful. Be very, very careful. Vanessa says, I actually feel better without the narc. He was so boring and now I'm living the best life. Yeah. And then Annie says, be careful, please. Please be safe. Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I agree. You never know. They're masters of confusion. They're double-minded. Things always have to go their way. They always have a trick up their sleeve. So I think that if we not say anything and we move accordingly, and we set up a plan to get out of those toxic relationships or situationships or friendships, it's better for everybody. Is it hard? Yes. But when it's all said and done, it's easier to not have these people, because they are puppet masters. They really are. They really are. Vanessa says, sometimes I think about the narc, but then I replace that thought with positive thoughts. Good for you. I'm so proud of you, Vanessa. Good for you. Good for you. I'm going to wrap up soon, guys. Loyalty says, one thing that I don't like, 1 ounce of disrespect and disregard, and we are out for good. Yes, he played the kids card to get back, but guess what? I don't even have the same timid demeanor. No more games. Right. So when loyalty, just don't talk too much, because a lot of times we warn them or we tell them what we're thinking, and when they know what we're thinking, they know how to move accordingly around us. I think it's our job to stay silent, to watch and observe, to create a plan. Don't tell. I said this over and over and over and over and over and under and over. I warned over and over and over, if you don't do better, if things don't change, that's it, we're done. And it was just this vicious cycle. So if you have a made up mind that if it happens again, don't tell him that you're going to leave. Create a plan. If it happens again, create a plan, and you and the kids do what you got to do. Don't warn him. Don't tell him anything. Don't give him any leeway to know what you have planned, because then they're always going to come with a game or a trick to make you do differently, to just suck you back in. So it's a vicious cycle. So just be careful. Be very, very careful. And loyalty says no means no. Yeah. Yep. And then Annie says, I feel better too, but I have PTSD from it, so I don't know how to deal with that yet. Yeah, Annie, we just take day by day. We take day by day. Do the things that you enjoy. Do your painting. Go for long walks. Listen to good music. Cry out to God if that's what you have to do. But just take one moment at a time, one day at a time, and just, try to create a plan where you say, okay, I didn't handle it right this time, or I reacted this way, or however that looks. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to make a conscious decision that I'm going to implement doing whatever it is that you need to do to know that you're going to handle things differently. If you start getting that anxiety, go, like we talked about before, go paint, go run, go make a cake, go cook something, go to the grocery store, change your position in what you're doing so that it doesn't continue to escalate at that moment. Does that make sense? So yeah. But it's a work in progress. It's definitely a work in progress. And Annie says, create tantrums to them. Yep, boundaries are hard to maintain. It depends. Every situation is different. But for me, boundaries have become very, very easy. My no is a no. No communication at all. Not even a little bit. Earlier this year, I made a mistake and called thinking, okay, for my daughter, it was a complete waste of time. So, nope, have nothing to say. This is, staying out of it. Hard, no. Nope. Loyalty says, he says you have become like a man. I said, no, I just don't eat his BS anymore. Yep, you're right, Tarshil. I am there with you. I just didn't want to down him in their presence. I don't like that. Yeah. And then Tarshal says, I do the complete opposite. I don't listen to nothing he says ever. Yeah. And then Loyalty says, yes, I agree. And then Annie says, I try not to talk to him at all. LOL. Same here. No conversation, because it always gets twisted, and it makes my head hurt. So just, it's a waste of time. Complete waste of time. There is no adult conversations with these people. You can't have a real adult conversation with them ever. It's just like, what in the world? It's like, literally, it's like talking to a 2-year-old or 3-year-old kid. Like, yeah, no, nope. Not wasting any time with that anymore. Tarshal says, tell them the truth based on their age, and the kids will start to see for themselves. Well, the kids do start seeing for themselves, especially as the older ones. And then the younger ones, just be the level-headed, safe parent for them. And then as they get older, depends on the age of the kid, the child, you know. As they get older, they see for themselves. They see, okay, every time I go over there, it's yelling, cursing, it's arguing, there's something going on, or somebody's crying, or something's not going right. And then when I'm at the other parent, things are calm, things are, you know, fun or quiet, or something good is happening usually on the other side of town. So they see. Kids are very, very, very observant. So yeah. And then Vanessa says, Annie, everything will be okay. Just take one day at a time. I will have flashbacks due to what I have been through with the narc, but I am focusing on what makes me happy. Good for you. And then Annie says, yes, I try to. Thanks, Vanessa. And then Loyalty says, I know this is so temporary. I've been through that for 10 years. That 7-month break was like peace on earth. Yeah. Yep. So, and I don't know. So sometimes when you go no contact, or you separate from them, or you discard them, and they trick you into going back in, the moment that they let you back in, they actually start creating a plan to discard you, because they want you to hurt. They want you to feel what they felt. This is how low vibrating their minds work. So a lot of times, even though they're with you, they're now creating an exit plan from you to discard you, so that they can drop the mic on you, so that they can make you feel lost, confused, because they suck you back in. So just be very mindful of that, Loyalty. You know, that they do that a lot. That is their forte. That's what they do. So keep that in mind. Now, whatever it is that you know about narcissism, do not tell this person anything that you know that they're a narcissist. You know how their minds operate. Don't warn him or tell him anything. Just stay quiet and observe just observe. Yeah. And then Vanessa says, I was trying to be friends with the narc, but I started to see his true colors. It was making me ill every time I would see him. I don't need him. Yeah. Well, we know you can't be friends with a narcissist. We've talked about that prior. There's no friendship when you have a disloyal person who will literally sabotage you, destroy you, and put all the blame on you to make themselves the victim, to make you look like the bad person to everybody else. So yeah, there is no friendship with narcissists. If you're trying to have a friendship with a narcissist, you're playing Russian roulette. It's just that simple. Russian roulette. And there's one bullet in the chamber, and there is a possibility that that bullet will be the one. So that's the game that you play when you want to be friends with a narcissist. It doesn't ever work, ever. A friend, a relationship, there is no friendship, there's no relationship that's ever going to end well when you have them involved, ever. It's just sad, sad. You either stay living in a life of hell with these people, or you decide, you know what, I'm not doing this anymore. I deserve better. If you have kids, my kids deserve better, and I'm out. And you make a plan, you don't say anything, and you just leave. You do what you got to do. And it's hard, but it is something that we do have to do. Let's see. And then Loyalty said, okay, I guess I thought I was telling him about his self for a while ago. I did tell him that in the beginning, and I never said another word about it. Thanks, Treasure. Yeah. Because here's the thing, and I wish that I knew this. So what I'm telling you to do is things that I did. I made all of those mistakes. I made a lot of mistakes. I warned. I said, I know you're a narcissist, those types of things. You don't want to give them, when you're dealing with these types of people, the less that they know that you know, the better off. The less that they know what you're thinking, the better off. The less that they know what you have planned, the better off it is for you. Don't say a word. Don't say a word. So I made all of those mistakes. So I don't want you guys to make the same mistakes that I made. So yeah, stay quiet, say nothing. Yeah. And then Vanessa says, you're welcome, Annie, and God bless you. And then Tarshil says, when he left, I changed 3 locks on my house. I know that's right. And Annie says, Vanessa is like my mind, no logic, but my body react the opposite. I get hyper vigilant, anxiety, etc. It's hard to change my mind. Yes, one day at a time. Yeah. Well, dealing with a narcissist is a very traumatic experience. So, we do have where it's hard for us to get out of that mindset, because that's something that we're so used to. So we're so used to having to, get our guard up and put this shell around ourselves. So it's hard when they're no longer there to now realize we don't need to be that way anymore. So it does take time. So yes, yeah. And then Tarshil says, then I sold the house. He still can't find me 4 years later. Aw. And then Loyalty says, I pray for everyone. Continue strength, freedom is peace. Yes, absolutely. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Yes, absolutely. And then Vanessa says, Annie, God bless you, and focus on what makes you happy. Annie says, yes, I need to find some first. My main focus is to feel better. Bless you all. It helped to talk to people who understand. Yeah. And then Tarshil says, you don't feel safe? Oh. Well, has he done anything that you can get a order of protection? Not that that really does anything, really. But has he done anything that you can get an order of protection from? And I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm definitely praying for you. Definitely, because you want to feel safe. You want to feel safe. You never do. You're always looking in your rearview mirror. You're always, watching your surroundings. But you do have to have some sense of, feeling safe. That's something that we all want. Yeah. Loyalty says yes. And then Annie said, I had to sell my house too. I don't think I will ever feel safe again. I'm okay with that. Safety first. Yeah. And then, I never would have said this 5 years ago, 10 years ago. But I say today that if you want to feel safe, go and get your license to carry. Take some courses on, how to do that in a safe way. And I say do it because with these people, you just never know. You just never know. So pray on it, and ask God's guidance. But that is something that you can do. You can definitely do that. 10 years ago, I would have never said that. But now that I know what I know, you pray on it and you tell God, hey, and if that's something that you want to do to help with you feeling safe, then I say, do what you got to do to make sure that you and your children are safe. Yeah. And of course, pray. And then Vanessa says, I just think it's strange how on the surface the ex seemed like he was a really nice person, but my spirit felt something isn't right about him. Yeah. Because we know, we know that that's what they are, So yeah. And then Loyalty says, yes, God knows the turmoil, shaking my head. Yeah. Hey, Empress, how are you today, honey? How are you? And then Empress says, hi, honey, I'm glad I caught you. Yes, how are you? How have you been? Welcome in. And then Empress says, yes, so true. It's so disgusting. Yeah. And then Vanessa says, I'm glad I chose to walk away from the narc. Yeah. And then Violet says, it is hell here on earth being around those narcissist demons. Yeah. That's why we got to stay prayed up at all times. Keep ourselves, and if we have kids, keep ourselves and our kids covered at all times. Pray that God keeps us always in the right place at the right time. That God blesses us with the discernment that we can see right through these people now that we know who they are, now that we know what they look like, and that our, like Tarshil said, our no has to be a hard no, that we're not allowing them to trick us and cycle back, spin the block, turn, make that U-turn, and come back again. We're not playing that game with them anymore. Nope. Annie says, dinner time. Have a good evening. All thanks, Miss Treasure. It was a good topic. Oh, thank you, honey. Enjoy your dinner. And I'm going to go. I got to go. It's 5:30. And then Vanessa says, enjoy your dinner time, Annie. And then Loyalty says, true, thank you. And then Annie says, Violet, they are demons indeed. Yeah. And then Empress says, it's like giving the devil information about you. Yep, exactly. Can you imagine what he would do to you? Exactly. That's why we have to, and I had to learn this, we have to keep our mouths closed. Tell them nothing. Don't let them know anything at all. The less that they know, the better off we are. Yeah. I agree, Empress. Yeah. And then Tarshil says he tries to stay under the radar. Right. Right. Because he knows. But he's still going to do it. They can't help themselves. I've come to the realization they can't help themselves. And once they get into that space, or whatever their thing is, if they're explosive, it's going to happen again. If they're disrespectful, it's going to happen again. Something is going to happen that they're going to be explosive, disrespectful, cheat, you name it, whatever that is, it's going to happen again. It's the inevitable. These people never change for the better. Sadly, people in life make mistakes. They do wrong things. They realize, okay, I made a mistake. I got to change. I got to do things different. But in a narcissist's mind, they're never wrong. You created the issue. They acted the way they act because of you. You did, in their minds, we did something, you did something, I did something to them to make them react that way. No, they have to learn self-control, and they don't know how to do that. They don't have self-control. And then Tarshal says, I'm going to a bear spray and gun. I'm going to a bear spray and gun. Explain what you mean by a bear spray. What's a bear spray? You're going to a, are you saying you're going to get? Explain, Tarshal, explain. And then Empress said the domestic violence hotline has a lot of information on how to make yourself feel safe. That's a good tip. Thank you, Tarshal. And then, I'm sorry, Empress. And then they're extremely supportive and will speak with you for 3 hours if you need it. It's like having a therapy session. That is a great tip. The domestic violence hotline. Awesome advice. And then Empress says they're covert narcissists. Yeah. And then Loyalty says, I know I'm uninvested because I find myself getting sick by his existence. Yep. Even seeing his oh my God, don't make me laugh. Even seeing his toes or watching him walk just makes me say, girl, yeah. With sometimes I say, God, forgive me for my thoughts. Loyalty. Mwah. I know exactly what you're talking about. It's not funny, but it's funny. We have to find humor in this stuff. I'm telling you. We have to find humor. I know about the toes. I know about the walk. I know about the existence. I know exactly what you're talking about. Their very existence completely turns you off. Their very existence makes you feel nauseated and sick inside. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I get it. I get it. I completely get it. Yeah, yep. That's when Loyalty, that's when you know it's time to exit. It's time to exit. It's time to create a plan A, B, C, and like Annie always says, possibly a D. Move in silence, say absolutely nothing, and create your exit plan. You know, once you're there and their sight of who they are just sickens you to your stomach, it's time to go. Yeah. Yep. And then Edith says, today people are so untrustworthy. Yes. Do that safe before sorry. Yeah. Yep. And Lauren says, smash that like button, y'all. And then Tarshal says, get bear spray and get a gun. Oh, tell me what is bear spray? I've never heard of that before. Child. I'm so lost. Tell me what is bear spray. Pepper spray. Oh, I got some of that. I didn't know that that's what it's called. I never heard it called that before. I got some pepper spray. Oh my goodness, I love it. Oh, Lord have mercy. Mace, honey. Yes, and then Loyalty is laughing and says thank you. And Empress says, I can agree. They are extremely sickening as you watch them and analyze them when they eat also. Their very existence, the way they breathe, but just like, the way they talk, the way they answer, the way they respond, the way they eat, the way they chew, the way they talk, everything. When you get to that, when you are there, When you're at that stage where their very existence, that's them breathing, turns you completely off, run, Forrest, run. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, I know exactly what that is. Loyalty said I needed that, but in all seriousness, it's time to go. I'm planning, ladies. Yeah. 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 And say nothing. Say nothing. Yeah. When you're there, there's no here's I'll put it this way. When you're there at that place, there's nothing left to be said or done, right? Your kids, Loyalty, Tarshal, everyone, your kids deserve a home that is peaceful, happy. You deserve your kingdom spouse. You deserve your soulmate. And the longer we stay in these toxic, chaotic situationships, relationships, meanwhile, our blessing is over there. And we can't get to our blessing if we're stuck in limbo with these people. Yeah. Yep. So we're not running into a new relationship. I'm just saying that we're not able to get there. We're not able to get to that peaceful place. We're not able to get to that kingdom spouse. We're not able to get to our success. We're not able to get to our destiny. We're not able to get to our abundance. We're not able to get to our blessings because these people are sucking the life out of us and literally blocking all of those blessings and then some that God has stored up for us, just waiting for us to say, cut this person loose. They are literally holding us back from our purpose, from our destiny, from our happiness, from our peace, from our joy, from our success, from our abundance, from our soulmate, from that person that God has for us. It's one or the other. Either we're going to stay down, weighed down. Think of it as a weight. Think of it as a weight. You know, the old school weights. You put a weight on here, and this side, what would this side do? On the old school weights, it would go all the way down. And then they would have to bring up those things to balance it. With a narcissist, they put their weight down and it goes down and it brings and sucks you down. And there's no balancing on the other side. There's no balancing. They're just sucking the life out of you. Literally sucking you dry, draining you. Who you used to be is not who you are today because of the very existence of who this person is in your life. You have changed. I know. I was there. They change you, and not for the better. You're quick to react. You're quick to respond. You don't let them especially when you get to that point, you don't let them get away with anything because you're holding all this animosity. You're holding all this anger inside. So are we going to let them continue to weigh us down? Or are we going to throw them off that scale so that we can balance? And then all those things start coming in. right? All those other things, that success, that peace, that joy, that happiness, the love. It's up to us to decide. It's our decision. I gotta go, guys. I gotta go. Let's see. I just want to see if anybody else new came on. And then I'm gonna wrap up. I gotta go. I gotta get dinner going. Let's see. I don't think anybody else came on. But guys, I love you. I love you. You guys are so awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Today was good. Today was a great conversation. The Kingdom family is growing. Mwah. I love you guys. You guys are so amazing and so wonderful and so awesome. And God is so amazing and so wonderful and so awesome. And when we know what we know, we got to do better. We got to move differently. But he's always in control. And if you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Remember to hit the like button as well. Just let YouTube know that you appreciate this channel. If you want to connect for a one-on-one, I set up a Square account. So if you want to do a one-on-one, I think we have 20 minutes for $10. We have 40 minutes for $20, and we have an hour for $30. And then if you want to do 2 hour, if you want to do 2 hour sessions, that's $60. So you get 1 hour for free. Just send me an email letting me know which one you want to do, and I can send you, and put your phone number in there. I can send you an invoice, and then you can pay it that way, and we can set up when is a good time to do it. So we can do it that way. I'm trying to figure out the calendar on Square, so I'm trying to figure that out. But so if you want to do that, we can definitely do that. And then you can also check out, we have some cool stuff in the Teespring and the Spread Shop store. So Kingdom, I love you. We'll be back tomorrow. We may do an open discussion tomorrow. We haven't done open discussion in a long time. So we'll do an open discussion tomorrow, and I will see you tomorrow. I love you guys. All have an awesome evening, and I'll see you back tomorrow, and be safe. Please, please, please be safe and stay prayed up. Love you guys. Bye, guys.